Lights on, we're ready, feel the sound. Future starts right here, right now. Ideas are rising, breaking through. This is the moment, this is the move. Hands up, together we stand. Building tomorrow with our own hands. No limits, no fear, crystal clear. World class innovators born here.
Hello everyone! Now, to start off, the name of our project is called LabQuest. LabQuest is a game where people can think like a doctor and solve like a detective. This game is mostly targeted for students around the age of 13 to 17, where students are still thinking on what stream they should take during Form 4 and Form 5 and what path they should pursue after high school. This has become quite a big issue and a dilemma actually for most students. Because sometimes they like science but don't know if they can do it. Or they don't like science but they can do it. Well, if that's the case for you, then fear not, because this game is just for you. Our project aims to build confidence by applying students' knowledge in science and increase the interest of students who find learning science a bit boring or hard. Now, to start the game, you simply press the Start Shift button to begin your day as a doctor. Now, as you can see here, there are in total 20 cases you can choose from with different contents. Some might require more knowledge in biology than others, and some might just be science knowledge in general for students who don't take biology, chemistry, or physics. Each case solved will give you points depending on the difficulty. Besides that, for students who really want to challenge themselves, they can try the surgery cases where they will gain more points than other cases due to their difficulty. Now, let's try and solve a case. You can either choose a case to your liking or at random. If you choose to pick at random, you can simply press the random button at the top right there. For me, I'm going to pick the case, the dizzy athlete. Now, as you can see here, the game provides a case profile of your patient on the side right here, as well as provide a statement of our patient right here. Our patient right here is a 19-year-old athlete that has reported feeling fatigue, dizziness, and has pale skin. This gives you a general overview of your patient's condition. Now, first, we have to investigate more on the patient's condition to properly diagnose them, of course. And from the sounds of it, the patient's condition tells us that we need to check their blood because every symptom that has been said is related to the blood circulatory system. Okay, let's press check blood. Yay! We got it right! Here, it even tells you the reason why you got it right, in case you didn't know earlier or you simply guessed at random. Who knows? Now, they give you the lab results that has been obtained from checking their blood. It says here that CBC shows low RBC count and hemoglobin of 8.2 G/DL. The cells appear microcytic and hypochromic. Wow. So many complicated words that even I don't fully understand. But fear not, because our MatBot is right here to help us. Now, I'm just going to ask them my main question, like a term I don't fully understand. So, like, what is hemoglobin? I actually don't know that. Oh, it says here that it is the iron-containing protein inside red blood cells that carries oxygen from the lungs to the tissues. I still don't think I understand that. Like, how can this correlate with the lab results that we have? Let me ask the MatBot to make it short and simple for me. Now, it says here that if hemoglobin is low, like from our lab results, then that means that the blood can't carry as much oxygen, which causes the symptoms of the patient. Oh, okay. I understand now. Okay, now then, if that's the case, then let's move on to diagnosing our patient. Based on the lab results, what is the most likely diagnosis? Now, from the options here, I think there can only be one correct answer, which is iron deficiency anemia, of course, because the lab results show low hemoglobin, and we just knew that hemoglobin is an iron-containing protein. Okay. Yay, we got the correct answer. Now, here they tell you the flow of the situation in case you didn't understand earlier. So basically, if you have low iron, it causes low hemoglobin, which leads to reduced oxygen transport. The lack of oxygen delivery explains the fatigue and dizziness. Oh, that explains a lot, actually. And it's apparently so simple too. Now, lastly, of course, you have to choose a treatment for our patient after finding out what was the problem, right? Of course, since the reason this patient is like this is because of low iron, then it would only make sense if we give them iron supplements to increase their iron content. But I'm going to get this answer wrong on purpose just to see what happens. Oh wow, so if you get an answer wrong, then they will tell you why the answer we picked was incorrect, and we can either start from the beginning or go back from the start and try again. I'm going to pick to go back and try again. Now, let's pick the correct answer. Let's pick iron supplements and dietary changes. Yes, correct. Now, it shows that the patient has fully recovered, and we can even view the leaderboard right here. Now, before we look at the leaderboard, in case you're wondering, what are these things above that says iron and energy or percentage up here? Well, this right here tells us how the patient is doing after we have treated them. This is based on how quickly we diagnose them and if we did any mistakes during the whole investigation. If we did, then it will simply lower down the percentage of oxygen and energy because we took too long to diagnose them due to our mistake. Moving on, let's check the leaderboard. Wow, we're in 4th place with 4 points. Amazing. And here we can see the total amount of players that have played this game, the amount of games or cases that I've played, my top score in a case, and my most played case. Wow, it's good to know how my progress is doing. Well, that's the end of my presentation of our project, LabQuest. I hope you enjoyed playing as much as I did, and I hope that this game helps you find your passion in science as well as increase your interest in pursuing it. That's all from me. Thank you. Bye.